What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for all of your Lakers and NBA talk. In this one, we're going to preview this monster matchup between the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. Before I get into that, though, I just want to have a few words on those two first-round playoff matchups that we saw from these teams. Starting with the Lakers, I think the defense definitely won them the series. Game 6 blew out the Grizzlies by 40 points. Gave Dillon Brooks the 40 piece he wanted, I'm not going to roast Dillon Brooks too bad here because the whole NBA world is doing that already. But in that Game 6, I think the Lakers' defensive rating was like 85, which is a phenomenal mark. Everyone played well on the Lakers' side. You had D'Angelo Russell chipping in with 31 points. AD with another monster performance. Finishes that series with 26 blocks, which is good for like 4.5 a game. Around 2 steals a game, around 13 rebounds a game. I mean, he put up Hakeem-like numbers defensively, Anthony Davis did. Added a poster dunk on Jaren Jackson Jr. to boot. And the Lakers won comfortably in Game 6. On the other side, you have the Warriors going into Sacramento and winning a Game 7 on the road. Steph Curry, I mean, what can you say? One of the greatest players ever. Definitely changed the game. People are now calling him the greatest point guard of all time. Look, it's definitely a conversation, but I'm not ready to definitively say that yet. But amazing performance by Steph, amazing performance by Kevon Looney, chipping in with like 21 rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds. Those two really carried the load for the Warriors away from home in a Game 7. And for the Kings, look, I'm not surprised by that result, right? Golden State has the championship experience, the pedigree, the mentality. The Kings are a young team. They may learn from this. Who knows? De'Aaron Fox really showed that he's a star in this league throughout this series, even with that avulsion fracture in his shooting index finger. Had a great series. Future is bright for him. Future is bright for Malik Monk as well. I think he's got 6 Man of the Year awards in his future. The Kings need to sort out that front court, though, let me just say. Not going to get into it too much, but yeah, changes need to be made up top in the front court. But anyways, Steph lit that beam, the Lakers whooped that trick, and here we are, a star-studded, monster, mammoth second-round matchup between the Lakers and Warriors. Adam Silver must be creaming his pants because the TV ratings are about to go through the roof. We have LeBron versus Steph, Part 5, and as we stand right now, a day before this series kicks off, I really don't know how to call it. I'm not into predictions anyway, but if I had to, I would have no clue, who to pick in this one right now. I will say, though, I think, unfortunately for me as a Lakers fan, I think the Warriors have a slight edge in this one for a few reasons. First, they have home court advantage. We know how good the Warriors are at home. And they have the definitive, decisive head coaching advantage here. Steve Kerr is a 4-time championship-winning head coach, and Darvin Ham is a rookie head coach. The gap couldn't be wider between these two guys. So definitely the edge in head coaching goes to the Warriors. The backcourt edge goes to the Warriors as well. Splash Brothers, nothing needs to be said there. Even though I like D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves as a backcourt for LeBron and AD, it's advantage Warriors there. In the front court, I do like the Lakers to have the edge, LeBron, AD, Jared Vanderbilt over, Looney, Green, and Wiggins. Yes, Looney had a monster series against the Sacramento Kings, but Anthony Davis is not Domantas Sabonis, okay? He's going to have his hands full, and I expect Anthony Davis to dominate this series yet again. Maybe not to the level that he did against the Grizzlies. I mean, maybe he will, because Jaren Jackson Jr. did win Defensive Player of the Year. And yes, AD had a couple of bad offensive performances. Defensively, he was a monster. So I expect the Lakers to have the front court edge, right? Now, here are the things that I'm going to be looking for in this series that I think will decide it, okay? Let's talk about the big one for me, in my eyes, and that is transition. Who is going to do better in transition between these two teams? We know both teams love to get up and down the court. I think the Warriors finished the regular season #1 in pace. The Lakers finished, I think, 3rd in pace. So both of these teams like to find scoring opportunities in transition. It's going to be a matter of which team is more disciplined in getting back. For the Lakers, we saw what happens when they were disciplined and when they weren't, right? Game 5 and Game 6, clear indicators there. You know, that third quarter in Game 5, they lost their discipline. They let Memphis control the tempo and the pace, and they ended up getting blown out. In Game 6, they were excellent at getting back on defense, and they won by 40. So I think transition, which team, it's not even about fast break points, right? It's about if Anthony Davis is slow to get back, that forces a guard to potentially get matched up onto a Kevon Looney, and that means a shot and an offensive rebound for the Warriors, right? Or if D'Angelo Russell or Austin Reeves is late to get back on defense, that means someone like Anthony Davis or Jared Vanderbilt may have to be chasing around Steph Curry, and that might lead to a 3 for the Warriors. So it's not so much fast break points, but just getting back on defense and getting your defense set and proper matchups in place. That is going to be huge for this series, okay? So whichever team does a better job at that, I think, has the advantage of moving forward and advancing to the Western Conference Finals. The other thing being the X factors for each team, right? I think for the Lakers, D'Angelo Russell is the clear X factor here. We saw how up and down he could be offensively in that first round. 31 points in Game 6. I think in Game 2, he had 5 points. So there's so much variance in his offensive output that he's an X factor there. And defensively, is he going to get cooked on the defensive end? I think that is maybe the big worry for the Lakers right now, is who do you match up D'Angelo Russell with to guard? Is it Klay Thompson? It's definitely not Steph Curry, I don't think. Or Wiggins. That they might find themselves potentially in trouble there if D'Angelo Russell can't give them anything defensively. So he's the big X factor. On the Warriors side, I'm looking at 2 players in particular. I'm looking at Jordan Poole, very similar to D'Lo in terms of he can put up a 28, 29 point game, or he can put up a 5-point game. We really don't know what we're going to get out of Jordan Poole from game to game. And also Andrew Wiggins. He's probably going to be matched up against LeBron James to guard. So what can he give them offensively? Because we know he's going to expend a lot of energy guarding LeBron. Can he put up, 18 points a game? Can he have a 25-point game? So I think Wiggins and Poole are going to be X factors for the Warriors. So which X factor is going to, come out on top for each team? That's going to be a big factor. And I think the third one that I'm thinking about is rotations, right? We saw for each team in their closeout games, the head coaches shortened their rotations. For the Lakers, it was basically Schroeder and Hachimura off the bench in that closeout game. For the Warriors, I saw a lot of Gary Payton, right? Steve Kerr clearly trusts him as a player because of what he brings defensively. Dante DiVincenzo barely played in that one. You had Gary Payton and Jordan Poole as the 2 main guys off the bench. So what kind of rotation are we going to see from each team? I have a feeling that for the Warriors, we may see more of Jonathan Kuminga in the series because of Anthony Davis. For the Lakers, we may see more of Troy Brown Jr. in this series because of guys like Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins, the length of those 2 wing players. So what types of rotations each of these head coaches are going to utilize in the series is going to be absolutely key. And as of right now, I cannot call this series, but I'm eagerly anticipating the start of this one. I can't wait to see Game 1. After Game 1, I think we may be able to glean a lot more from how this series is going to play out. But right now, we just sit and wait, and can't wait to watch this show. But let me know your thoughts on this series. Like, who do you think has the edge? If you want to make a prediction, let me know your prediction for this series. Can't call this one personally, but let me know your thoughts on, who the X factors are, where this series may be won and lost for each team. I'd love to know your thoughts. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. Thank you for watching. As always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for all of your Lakers and NBA talk. Take care, and I will see you soon.